So I'm going to share how I did a fantastic lesson around tinkering and taking things apart and looking at the inner workings of a PC computer. First of all, we got into our Steam tinkering teams. So we got into our groups. There were groups of 4 to 1 PC. First of all, I explained what tinkering is, and I showed this great video, a TED Talks video by Guy Tully, who he created a tinkering school. It's a great video to watch. I'll leave a link in the description for this. It lasts for about 3 minutes, but it gets the kids to really understand what tinkering is all about and how useful it can be in the classroom and anywhere really. Then I got one of the PCs, so they're all very similar, and we showed where the power button is, where the auxiliary cable goes, so that's for the sound, where you put the microphone in if you want to connect the microphone, and all the main ports, so the VGA cable, how it connects to the screen. So we had a look at the outside, and the kids referred to their own PCs as I was talking about these different ports. Then what I did is I showed this really great clip from YouTube. It's a fantastic clip because it explains the key elements of a PC and what each of the main parts do. So the graphics card, the hard drive, the RAM, talks about what they do in really simple terms. And it's really nice for the kids to understand this before we open up the PCs, because when they do open up the PCs, and when they actually eventually did, they look for these key components and they were referring to it and using their language. Some of them were saying, I found the processor, Mr. Hunt, I found the CPU, I found the RAM. And it was great because they had a good understanding before they explored and opened up the PC. Before I handed out the screwdrivers, I talked a bit about health and safety, about what we need to be careful of when we're opening these PCs, all the sharp elements. But we also had to go through how to use the screwdriver. And I always remember lefty loosey, righty tighty, and that's how we remembered it. What time is it?
Tinkering time!
Yes. And then they were away. They were taking things apart, pulling things out, looking at things in detail and finding lots of the things that we discussed earlier on.
We found the CPU. I think that's a CPU. And then this is like the motherboard. The motherboard.
Where's the motherboard? Show me where the motherboard is.
It's this green bit down
What
here.
other things can you see in here? What else have you found?
We found the CPU.
Yes, when you put the CD in, you see that there, Talia? Yeah. That's your laser. So as it reads the CD, you put the CD in, it goes like this, it reads the CD there. We also found lots of memory as well in the PCs, which we've now taken out, and we can now install these onto our PCs at school and give a bit of a memory boost to our PCs. And our fabulous Mr. Lee at school, he arranged someone to come and collect the scrap metal, and it's all been recycled now. It was such a great lesson, and we did this for about 2 hours this afternoon. Honestly, they could have gone on for another 2 hours easily. But the important thing was that they were learning. Rather than me showing them slides of the inside of a computer, we gave them actual computers to take apart and to see how things work, and they learned so much more that way just by messing and tinkering. I got the PCs because I post for free because I posted them. Do you know in those waste saver groups that when you ask for things and it was Wanted Wednesday? I posted on our Rams Bottom group. It says, anyone got any PCs? They don't have to work. In fact, it's better if they don't work because we're just going to take them apart. And Louise Dawson, she sent 8 PCs to school. She even delivered them. So thank you, Louise. But yeah, it's a fantastic lesson, and the learning that goes on is immense. And I can't wait to do something similar again.